take you through the course pretty quickly. So make sure you're in the W1 course. If you click on the lab, it'll say, hey, click here for labs, and we'll take you to this course. Click on modules. In the first kind of folder here, we've got office hours. You can see when I'm in the office, maybe available to pick up the phone if you give a call or answer an email. The academic calendar shows critical things like midterm grades, add drop dates. The schedule, I'm going to click on this, is the first thing you probably want to print. You want to click on this blue link and then do file print from your computer. Don't do file print from the website, because then you'll get all this other weird stuff coming up. So labs are in green. You can kind of see they're all kind of going to be due on a Monday. The reviews are these little light tan colored colors, okay? And those are chapter reviews. Exams are in bold. I released them for 2 days, so they're available from Wednesday morning until Friday at noon when the testing center closes. And there's 4 exams there, okay? There's no comprehensive final exams, but the last exam is scheduled during the final exams week. There's also spring break listed here. So it's a nice little, thing to print out. Let me just browse through some stuff here. So again, there's just the syllabus there. For level 1, if you click on here, there's a few videos, the one I'm making now and a couple other things that relate to chemistry. Lecture 1, mini activity. So mini activities are just kind of there to just be a very quick gauge your attendance or not. Mini activity 1 is introduce yourself to the class in a discussion section. Type your name, your major, something like that, maybe a hobby or something. Mini activity 2, mini activity 3, mini activity 4 are all related to the first lecture, okay? So the first lecture is released on Monday, and you have 48 hours to watch that video and submit the content, okay? The next video is Wednesday, and you're given 2 days to, kind of do that activity. I can't click on this now because it's not available until January 17th, but mini review 1, whenever you see something that says print out the worksheet, go ahead and print that out. Try to make it into the library sometime and then just print these things out. This will be available on the first day we start talking about the lecture. And so you can just print that out at the library the next time you're on campus. Also, you might want to print out these this table. Okay. Lab 1, you'll notice that the lab has a special test tube icon. There's going to be a pre-lab quiz that I need to put in here. It's not in the video yet. So the first lab, I say, hey, what to do, because some people have questions about that. Lab 1, chemical safety, is just a bunch of text that introduces chemical safety. We're not going to meet in the lab to do this, but I tell you what to do if there's a spill, where to go, how to use the fire extinguisher, stuff like that. It's kind of boring online because you don't get to see that kind of stuff in real life, but that's what Lab 1 has traditionally been. Lab 1 videos, this is where you would actually click to watch the videos. So there's a video about me explaining some things, and then there's a video that you need to use to answer one of the questions in the lab. This lab is unique in that it just has a quiz afterwards that you take to do, okay? If I click on Lab 2, you can see that there's 2 portions. There's an introduction. So this will be a lab worth reading. It introduces units, when they're used, how they're used, what a measurement is, how we measure volume, how we measure, using graduated cylinders and things like that. And then there's a procedure, okay? So for example, part E, if you go up, I'm jumping around a lot. This says procedures, right? So the procedure is there. Read the lab, answer the pre-lab questions, measure the length, okay? And it tells you, do this, do this, do this, okay? You can't do this and do this and do this because you're not in the lab. So what I've done is record videos for each of the labs, me explaining, how many not explain how many milliliters are in the graduated cylinder, but the videos are here. Okay. And sometimes I put them all in one lab. Sometimes I put them all in one video, and sometimes I put them in two different things. So this first video right here is the introduction. So you can watch that if you want. It basically tells you how the equipment works, or it discusses basically what's in the lab. Sometimes it's very boring. I just read the lab to you. And then the second video here is measurements. So here you can see I'm transferring a test tube into this graduated cylinder, and then I'm going to hold it up to the camera. Sometimes I even take a picture, and you can just look at the picture on the screen on the YouTube video and record your data onto the lab report, okay? So that's how you're going to do the labs. Okay. And that's pretty boring. I do 2 chapters, and then there's an exam on the first 2 chapters. Then there's going to be 2 more chapters, 3 and 4. And then there's going to be an exam on those next 2 chapters. So that's pretty much how the course works. Let me take you through the syllabus. You can always click on this. It's called the DCC Master Syllabus for Chem 101. Click on this link here to open it up full screen. You could also click on these arrows. Download it if you need to print it, okay? I just want to point out a few things about grades. So this is online, asynchronous. That means you can watch the videos when you want, but in that 24-hour period. If I release a video on Monday, you have to watch it by Wednesday night. And if I release a video on Wednesday, you have to watch it by Friday night. All my videos are released on Monday and Wednesday, and I require students to do the work in 48 hours of those release dates. And that's to prevent people from trying to watch 10 or 12 videos all on a Sunday night before the exam on Monday, and then like really badly failing the course, okay? Here are my office hours. There's a whole bunch of outcomes. I just copied and pasted that from the VCCS website. First of all, there's no textbook required for this class. You do need a scientific calculator. You'll see that in the videos when I go over that. You'll need some index note cards. They're recommended for the exams. You'll need access to CAM Scanner on your iPhone or Android device. If you don't know how your phone works or how to download apps, come see me. I'll help you out with that one-on-one in the office. I've had some people have great difficulty downloading the free CAM scanner for their Android. They didn't realize that they don't need to pay for it. They don't need to pay for a subscription, and they were just confused about how it was free because, yeah, just see me if you're having trouble with the phone, okay? Feel free to contact me through Canvas messages. Do you see how my mouse is wiggling over here by the inbox? You just click on that and construct an email to me, and I'll get it right away on my mobile device. Here are the exams. Just to be clear, these are all proctored. You need to take them at the DCC testing center. If you live more than 30 miles away, contact the DCC testing center, and they'll help you finding an approved proctoring site off campus, okay? Here's all the dates of the labs. I recommend just printing out that little calendar. It's the best way to see things. Okay. There's going to be 11, I call them labs. Each lab has a report and a pre-lab quiz. worth 25% of the grade. The lowest report and the lowest pre-lab quiz are dropped. So if you miss one, it's not going to hurt you. There's 4 exams counting as 60% of the grade. None are dropped. There's 8 mini reviews. So there's 8 chapters we are going to cover, and each one covers a chapter. And there's only 10 questions. It's very small and brief, okay? And that's worth 10% of your grade. You print out a sheet, you answer some questions, you upload it to Canvas, you turn it in, I grade it, okay? There's going to be 23 mini activities. What these are basically credit, no credit. There's 5, 4, 5, 7 questions that are just like true, false, or multiple choice. And after you watch the videos, you take those little activities as a way to tell me that, yeah, you've attended class that day. All right? So if you're not turning in your mini activities, it means that, you're going to be marked absent. So if you have a lot of zeros for your mini activities, I will contact you and I'll let you know that you're in danger of being dropped from the class. Lab reports have a rubric at the end of every lab. Take a look at that. Homework. Homework is optional. I don't have regularly assigned homework assignments, but what I did was I uploaded these to the exam modules. So exam 1 covers chapters 1 and 2, and there's homework 1 and 2, which can be counted as extra credit. You turn those into the proctor on the day you take your exam, and I can add up to 10 points to your exam for extra credit, okay? It's optional. You don't have to do the homework. But I found that people that do the homework do better on the exams, not because of the extra credit, but because they actually study for the exam and they kind of prepare for it. The exams are multiple choice. There's 20 questions that are multiple choice. And there's a sample exam also posted to kind of give you an idea of what kind of questions to expect. And then when you go into the proctoring center, there's a secret password that the staff there needs to enter to unlock the exam for you. You can always use your periodic table. It's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and we write all kinds of stuff on both sides of that sheet of paper. And you can also bring a note card, one single note card to the exam, okay? And you can handwrite front and back on that note card. You can also bring your scientific calculator with you. You need those pretty much for every exam. Mini reviews, we talked about. Mini activities are just click, click. The weighting is, mini reviews 10%, labs 25%, exams 60%, mini activities 5%. Typical A through F grading scale. And then there's just a whole bunch of table here showing all the due dates and stuff, because that's what they want us to do, and a list of the due dates separately typed out a third time. If there's any changes to the syllabus, I'll make a little announcement and I'll slap it into the Canvas modules for you to look at. Okay. If you're ever confused, where was I going to? Oh, if you click on grades, I'm pretty sure you know how this all works for you at this point, but you can kind of see what's upcoming. All right, so the first, 4 things are going to be those mini activities. You just need to click on those and answer some questions. Even if you weren't able to watch the videos, at least answer the questions to get your 5% points and demonstrate attendance. Mini review 1, it says print out the worksheets. So as soon as that's available, print it out at the library. Okay, we got the safety quiz. And then there's different mini activities, okay? And they start going 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the 3rd lecture, the 4th lecture, and so on, okay? And then wanted to just show you the sample exam. So some students get really concerned. Oh my, the exam's worth, 60% of the course. I'm really worried about that. Well, you can bring a note card to help you. you have a sample exam to help you study. So here's the sample exam. If we click on this, there's no lock on it. You can do this again and again if you want. There's no time limit. It does not count as a grade, but it helps you study. And take a look at the questions before you take the real exam, and kind of like figure out where you're deficient, where you might need to study. Like, wait, what's a meter again? I'm not sure what that is. Go back to your notes. All right. So this is the exam. There are some calculation problems, but there's going to be just numbers as choices, because it's very, very, very difficult to grade work and to check partial credit for things like that people do online. So it's just going to kind of be right or wrong for each of these. There's no penalty for guessing, and I hope you the best in the class. And please email me or message me if you have any questions at all about the course.